Morning, everybody. It's 8:48 on Friday, February the 4th, and this is your pre-opening comment. It is video number 1137, and I'd really appreciate if you've hit that subscribe and the notification bell. Okay, going to make this kind of short and sweet because I'm just astonished. I fail to believe the numbers that came out here today, and I'll tell you why. How do you ever go from a number of up 199,000 to be revised up to up 511,000? How does the government do that? How can you trust a number that could be as big a discrepancy as that? And in speaking with Dennis this morning, he explained to me how Canada, which is roughly 1/10 our size, which has the same basic markets as we do, how do they have a drop of 200,000 jobs and we have a gain of 467,000 jobs? And at the same time, unemployment goes from 3.9 to 4%. I just have no clue how anybody can feel comfortable relying on numbers like this. And as long as we're on the numbers, let's talk about Amazon yesterday. Amazon took a 10 billion addition to earnings on the basis of their Rivian stake, which now has to be marked to the market. And frankly, Rivian is not a particularly strong performer. Rivian came out in November and reached 179 and a half. It's 60.95 this morning, up 59 cents or 1%. So the Amazon numbers are unbelievable. Snap had its first profit since coming public. The stock closed yesterday 24 and a half, down 757, 23% before the number. After the number, it traded as high as 38.39. That's a $14 move on a $24 stock. That's over 60%. The last right now is 34 and a half. That's up $10 or 41%. The futures have been all over the place. Last night, I'm going to show you what the futures looked like. Let's just go with the S&P to see how this market reacted. Here we go. Intraday. So from yesterday's close, 1800. Here's yesterday's close. We closed pretty close to the high in the S&P. We went from 45.24 down to 4,500, so nothing overwhelming there. Then overnight, we got to 45.28, and then we collapsed all the way down to after the number 44.43. This is the S&P we're talking about. This is not the Dow or the NASDAQ, which has a general price of in the thousands, 14,000, 15,000 for the Nasdaq, and 34,000. This is the S&P, and we're looking at a move overnight from 45 to 44.40. That is a big percentage move. In any event, Dennis also mentioned to me that he sees an island reversal in the nat gas, UNG, the actual stock, which is the ETF for it. In fact, uh, the day before yesterday had a range of 19 and a half to 1839, and then yesterday gapped to the downside. So there's now a big island, not in the gas itself, but in the UNG. It's difficult to see these kind of island reversals in commodities because they trade overnight. The stocks close and then they reopen, and a an island reversal is a very, very strong formation, whether it's a bottom or a top. In this case, it's a top. Okay. Also, the gold this morning came down. It was trading really well. Uh, I was very pleased when I got up this morning. Actually, when I looked at it overnight, and so we continue to move up, and this is where um, the numbers came out for employment. And because it is so strong, or appears to be so strong, or has been manipulated to be so strong, interest rate rises, and the probability of a 50 basis point rise really is killing the gold here, as you can see. It's also the same thing, I believe, with the treasury bonds. Let's take a look there, see what we look like. Same situation. A move from 155, almost 155 and a half, to 153 and three quarters. So there you have it. It's a tough market, and it's even tougher to understand what's going on. But the 10-year is over 190, which I think breaks it out. The S&P is down 15 after being up 40 overnight. The Dow Jones Industrials down 178. I did see that down as much as 260. And the NASDAQ, with the Amazon numbers helping it, is still in the red by 43. Have a good day. I'll be back later.